Let me just make sure we're in. Make sure we're actually in. Okay, stream looks good. Stream's all good. All right. Okay. Looks like we're in. I think we're in. Okay. Before we get started, I'm just gonna say, Cece, I apologize for forgetting about the whole thing, and and also, can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Please allow me to make sure everyone can hear me. Please.
Give me a sound check, please.
Yes. Please. Anybody? Okay. Good. Good. Everyone can hear us. Okay. All right. Hey, everyone. Crazy Greg here. I am very, very sorry that the thing took longer to get started than ever, but Hangouts is just screwing up. I don't know why. It's weird. I just don't know why. So I'm going to just say as it is. We're sorry, okay? We're really, really sorry. Oh, man.
I apologize too because for some strange reasons we were trying to do this through Google Hangouts and everything, but it messed around with my headset with the setup and everything. I guess it was the maintenance update, so I had to quickly switch over to my laptop in order to do this with Ray.
The irony. Well, we're finally here, so today we're going to be talking about the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's the changes that the fans demanded that Paramount Pictures is actually going to change, by the way, and how I think there's no saving this movie. All right? And I'm not kidding. I wouldn't be saying that if I didn't have history with bad movies over the top, okay?
Alright, Princess Lily, you can't hear me?
Hmm? Oh, wait. Can you hold on? Can you talk?
I'm right here.
Hold up. Talk.
Meow,
Shh.
I turn it up a bit.
Shoot. I hate. Dang it. This is why I don't like OBS. OBS just doesn't know how to get. All right, talk.
Meow, meow.
Oh my. Now? Yes, there we go. I'm sorry about that.
Thank you, Rachel.
There we go. Now they can hear you. Happy now, people? Are you happy face now? Freaking hate OBS sometimes.
Rachel, you have no idea how, like, both of us are annoyed just to switch over from Hangouts to Discord.
Yep, you have no idea how struggling that was, people. Seriously. Oh, man. Okay. Let's get started. All right. So, you saw the movie trailer. What did you think?
First off, I was speechless. I didn't know what to expect, but where do I begin? I would say the first I saw was Sonic, obviously. Second, when he was about to do this usual run, why does he have electricity like Pikachu?
Or the Flash?
That too.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, am I watching the Sonic trailer or this is another teaser of Detective Pikachu?
I have no idea anymore.
And further into the trailer, I saw Jim Carrey, my most top favorite comedian, and I was curious what his role was going to be as a villain of Robotnik or Eggman, as we all call it. And based on his performance and how he delivered his role, he's giving me that Ace Ventura vibe, the way he's delivering his role.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh, man. I was thinking the exact same thing. It's messed up. Woo. It's absolutely nuts.
Like, okay, I'm glad that Jim Carrey still have his humor that I grew up with. Because I'm a huge fan of Ace Ventura. Second, I just don't think his design as Eggman is there. I can't put it in words exactly. Like, he doesn't
We,
look like he's Dr. Eggman or Robotnik. He looks like he's another Avengers hero.
you mean like throughout the entire trailer, but until the end?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. A lot of people, including me, has theorized this, but it looks like this Sonic movie is going to be an origin story that leads up to the very, very first video game. I'm not even kidding.
Which is Sonic Adventure.
No, more like I don't know, to be honest. I guess. Uh, okay, the the final scene of the trailer kind of showed something really strange, and the only thing that kind of makes sense, the fact that there is those giant mushrooms all around him when he actually does look like Eggman,
Yeah.
is that I think what's going to happen is when Sonic returns to his world, Eggman either follows him or is sucked in with Sonic when it happens.
Hmm. I was
That's
just like,
really that's really what I think.
yeah, I saw like with those two other kids, like warp through the rings. Like, wait a minute, that's not how rings work.
Actually, it kind of does when you think about the originality of how Sonic goes to those ring portals.
That's true. I guess that's their symbol as like a goal ring
Yeah,
and transfer
I
back
had
to the
to
hub world.
I had to explain that to a lot of people who were making it sound like the whole thing was a Doctor Strange rip off. But I'm just saying that's how I remember the rings as when I was younger. The big rings, you go through them, you're teleported somewhere else. I mean, to be honest, it kind of fits in a way.
Well, well, that's only one of the few things that we all complained about before the whole design fiasco took place.
Yes, I've seen Avengers Endgame, but I'm not spoiling it here, so don't ask me to.
uh, I just like watching the whole trailer. I was like, okay, Jim Carrey has hair, and towards the end, he had to switch over to a ball cap.
That's why I'm thinking that an experiment went wrong, and that's when Jim Carrey became the Eggman we know him by.
Yeah,
That's what I think is. That's what I think happened.
I still know how to feel with Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman. It's like, sure, he played a few like villain roles, if you want to count as Grinch, Mask, Cable Guy, or the horror movie 13. But
or that two side version of himself.
which one was that one?
I can't remember.
Two side. No, I think you're referring to the Mask.
No, there was a movie where he actually had three kids. His wife left him, and I don't know. He had to take these pills to kind of like help him control himself because when he didn't, almost like a different version of him like came out. It was like okay.
I think that was in the. I think that was in the movie 13. I'm not sure on that one.
I don't know. It was an older movie, and I was young when I first saw it.
Hmm. Might have to backtrack on it because I watch mostly every single Jim Carrey movie.
Right.
Now, onto with Sonic.
Yes.
Even though even though we complained about the design, like I probably said this numerous times during the Let's Play we did together last time with Greg, but the first time I saw the trailer posters and everything, first one, he looked like a freaking gremlin. He didn't even look like a hedgehog. Then the second time I saw it, I was like, okay, why does this look like they're trying to revamp like the same model they did Alvin and the Chipmunks live action movie?
To be
And
honest, to be honest with you, when you look at the first shadow image of him, and the
mhm,
one that came out for the live action trailer, the
yeah,
similarities does not look very. I don't know. It's almost like they really tried to change him a bit, but I'm getting that weird feeling that their idea of trying to make him look realistic got in their heads too much, and the issue is with that is that you can't turn a character like Sonic in a realistic world when the video games and everything that happens to them is never that realistic. You can't expect everyone to think that someone as fast as him is going to exist in our world. Okay, seriously, it doesn't work. Them trying to make him realistic just does not work. It never did. It never should have been this way. They should have kept him the way we remembered him by, not for their stupid, misguided ideas of trying to make him look real.
It's like honestly, I seen a lot way talented fan art of
Yes,
the
I
movie
have too.
Sonic.
I have
That,
too. And
that's acceptable.
and I'm really hoping that Sega is telling them to look at the fans' fan art. Try that for starters,
I mean, like they
because
heard of voices about the designs. Like, does it kill you to look at the fan art? Like okay, this is the right direction, so that we won't be criticized of like our opinions of what he's supposed to look like.
yeah, I agree. It's nuts, absolutely nuts, really nuts. Jeez,
Oh, what's your question, Peter?
what's up?
Like, we're eyeing the chat as we're discussing this too.
Well, we're not really taking questions, but I guess we could to make the thing go by longer.
Which is like if they have like their mind opinions, like the on the topic we're discussing as well.
Yeah, but I also have to look at the chat through a phone, and
I
you're lucky I
I
got a
got
new
it.
phone.
I got it on laptop. That's why I'm eyeing it. So don't worry.
Yeah, but I can't show the chat when I already have the chat on screen set up to make it easier for me. I'm trying to avoid some confusion here.
Yeah, true. Um, Cause like sometimes remind me like who plays Sonic as a voice actor.
He played in the recent TMNT Turtles as Leonardo.
Wasn't that the latest one?
Yeah, not everyone's favorite, I think.
Uh, no wonder he didn't sound like any like the voice actors of Sonic.
No, they don't. They don't. That's a weird thing. They're not getting anybody from the video games to voice Sonic. They are just like getting someone that we hardly even know.
Then there's really no point. It's like you can't get the design or the voice done right. This is gonna be like just Pikachu in blue fur.
Yeah, well, there's also another thing I have to complain about the movie as well. That part where everything just stops around him. Really?
Mm-hmm.
When I see that, I see the Flash and Quicksilver from the X-Men movie.
That's also true.
Yeah, I don't know why they think Sonic is so fast that he can and everything around him can just stop. Because last I checked, he's not that fast. Okay.
Ugh, I love Leo and Mikey. Yeah, Mikey's my Raphael's my favorite. But with Sonic, like I question is like it just I know when it comes to like drawing Sonic fan art and such, even with OCs, FCs, or original characters, whatever. I questions like why they give him like small monkey hands. Like the body portion is just even after the redesign looks just weird and off.
Well, they better redesign him quick because, as far as I'm concerned, if they can't redesign him the way Sega and the fans want, then this movie's going to be delayed, and that's going to say something.
Yeah, for the
And not
next
and not only
3
that,
years.
they're probably going to even have to do some reshooting.
Um, yeah, and sorry, Peter. This is just like a basic like we can't do it like any the voice requests or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. And Peter, to answer your other question, would there be a reason to make the character be like classic, like in the Bumblebee movie? Okay, let me stop you right there. Okay, the Bumblebee movie had its great moments, but sadly, the rest of it was just not that great. Okay. If you're going to compare a movie we haven't seen yet to the Bumblebee movie, then this movie does not have a chance in hell. The only thing that was great about the Bumblebee movie was the Cybertron War. And you know what? I would much rather we had a movie about that than a movie on Earth. Can we like have a Transformers movie or live action TV series where it's all taking place on Cybertron? Eh? Eh? Anybody?
It wouldn't hurt.
No, and especially when they went back to Generation 1 style in the Bumblebee movie, which I thought was just a nice homage to the original TV show I grew up with as a kid.
It's like when Transformers, I grew up with Energon. That was like my favorite Transformers of the TV series.
Energon, oh yeah. They had a different actor for Optimus Prime around that time. Kind of a little.
It's been so long ago. I was like a little kid when I started watching that.
All right, well we're getting off topic. So back to the thing, okay?
you
Okay,
know.
so another thing, even though we're getting a, a, a redesign of Sonic the Hedgehog thanks to the fan cries and Paramount actually giving it a shit about us, really surprisingly, that's not, to be honest, not everyone does that when they make a movie based off a video game. They kind of just want to do it their own way. But this, I have to admit, out of all the a holes I've seen in the movie industry, these guys are taking it very seriously.
I'm just like scared. It's like if like by some order of miracle, if this movie does pull through after they redesign and listen to all of our quote unquote opinions, I'd just be scared if they throw in like if they were based off the Sonic games and they Sonic crossover with basically Sonic X when they interact with humans. I'd be scared what Knuckles and Amy and Tails will look like.
Or Rouge.
Oh god, Rouge. Oh, she'd be probably be terrifying as a realistic bat.
Yeah. Well, here's all right. Well, I don't know, but the thing is, we don't. The only problem is people are celebrating too early, and just because we're getting what we want doesn't mean it's going to be something we're going to probably like in the end.
That's why we thought we all had high hopes when the first time we saw the Mario Bros. Movie live action.
Yeah, but that was because the Mario Bros. Franchise was a huge success, and when people saw that, they wanted to see it so badly, thinking it was going to be good. But the thing is, you can't expect it to be the same thing as a video game. I mean, heck, a lot of gamers these days actually expect the movies to be just like the video games. But the only issue is they don't know what they want. You can't expect them to like make the whole thing a first person shooter sequence like they did with the Doom movie at the end.
It's like I can't like imagine like if the story dragged on like in Sonic Adventure and then Battle 2 and everything.
Did okay, nobody would watch a movie that just drags and drags and drags. It would be given a flopping F. Okay? If you want to create something like that, make it into a TV show.
I think that's the only thing that's like reasonable because we've seen so many like Sonic TV shows these days now. Like the latest now is Sonic Boom, and like in my opinion, that's cringy enough for me. Like I'm sorry, I want to like Boom, but I just don't.
I don't like Boom either. I'm with you on that one, okay? But all right, now back to what I was saying. It's still too early to celebrate. We don't know what his new image is going to look like, and even if Paramount's going to make him look like the way we remember, or even actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Or if they said that just to shut us up.
Cause like I don't know if like they're trying to
Because to
base
be
off like
honest,
classic
because
Sonic.
to be honest, a part of me is actually thinking they are lying to us, and they're not going to do crap at the final product.
To me, like they should just start off like a silent film. Just start with classic Sonic. At least he won't talk.
Right. But still, I'm just saying, if they lie to us, they're never going to be trusted again. You realize that, right?
I mean, like they're taking a huge risk. Like they take the big known mascot of
They're
Sonic
taking
and
a franchise where millions of fans are just into the Sonic franchise. They are taking a big risk by giving everyone low expectations right now for what they showed us. And now they have to win us back by submitting to us. I just don't think they're going to give us what we want in the end or the way we want it.
the way the movies has been. I want to have high hopes, but I don't think this is gonna be the most ticket sellout into a straight DVD type of movie.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking that too. I was actually thinking that this thing, if it does not reach its quota by the movie time, then it's either going to be delayed or it's going to be released by DVD only.
If only VHS was still around, that's the only thing it's gonna be bought for. That's the way I could see it.
Yeah. All right, well, and here's another thing I found out. I found out the actor doing Sonic actually has a
Hmm.
second character he's voicing.
Who is he voicing as well?
I have no idea. I really
And
don't know. They
I
only
know,
showed
yeah.
Sonic. They only showed Sonic. I don't know who. I don't know who's gonna do it.
Uh,
Yeah,
what?
Peter Hemphill, the guy that directed the Fast and Furious movies. That's one thing, but him to get it right for the fan benefits. I can tell you this: the guy was off to a bad start. All right, the guy tried to do it his way, and when we didn't like it, he decided to bend to us just so he could make his money's worth. He then knew he wasn't going to make his money if we made the movie like that.
I just hope this is not going to be turning like sequel to a trilogy or whatever, because the most movies I've seen that went on was like Kung Fu Panda. They want to turn that into 6 films.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad they stopped with 3.
No,
Even though I didn't mind the third one.
I don't mind the third and second one either.
Yeah. Well, now here's another problem that I think there is still to be talked about. Even if they give us a good Sonic that we actually remember, how do we not know the movie's going to be any good? Huh?
I'm just still confused, like where this all taking place.
So far, it's going to be taking place out in the fields, out in the forest, out in the darn city. I don't know. We don't know where it's going to take place at. All we know is it's going to take place in our modern time. Somehow, our modern time has some psycho scientist named Robotnik, and I'm like, okay, so where's he? I'm gonna go and find him and ask him to build me a robot.
Now, what I don't get is who were the 2 kids that were paired up with Sonic?
I don't know.
Just random
I
people? Because that's
just
definitely
I
not Chris Thorndike.
So far we don't know any of these characters. Okay, all we do know is that the guy who yelled at Sonic is from the X-Men films, and that what other film was it? Oh yeah, the uh, dang, what was that Disney live action film? The Enchanted, right?
Oh, God.
Yeah, at least
Oh,
I think that
God.
was it. Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
told so many times about with Enchanted.
And so now the biggest question is this, okay? Is it going to be good? We don't know. The trailer did not really do it justice, I'm afraid.
Someone linked me a Twitter post that someone did actually like compared to the movie Sonic and to like the fan art live action Sonic. Their Twitter post was 100 times, not even 1,000 times better than what the producers of the original Sonic movie ever created.
Yes, that is true. But there is also something else. I actually think that they chose Eggman for this role because, believe it or not, there's actually a comic out there where there is a Robotnik that's actually quite skinny and kind of reminds me of Jim Carrey a little bit.
I'm just like, I feel so bad for Jim Carrey, even though he was given this role. I feel bad because Robotnik is known to fail every time.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
you know what? You know what? I think when it comes to the films I've seen with Jim Carrey, I don't think he's really going to give a crap.
I was like, why do you have to put Jim Carrey through all this failure of this film?
Well, okay, let's talk about Jim Carrey, okay? The weirdest thing that I got when seeing Jim Carrey for the first time, I'm like, he's just got a mustache. That's it. I see Jim Carrey with a mustache. That's it.
And not even the big bushy mustache we all know.
Yeah, and I'm like, but when I saw him in action in the trailer, I couldn't stop laughing.
It's his humor. It's like you get that, like again, that Ace Ventura vibe he's delivering in this role. It's like at least
That's
he brings
precise.
humor.
That's precisely what it sounds like. It looks like they're bringing in a more dark Ace Ventura just to catch the animal Sonic. Get it?
Oh, why do I feel like I might as well just go watch When Nature Calls or the original Pet Detective all over again?
Oh, Pet Detective. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, now I'm back to Jim Carrey as Eggman. Okay, the one things that really surprised me was it's his comedy humor as usual. That's probably what's going to be the mainly the best thing about this film. And then there was also and then I also want to talk about his creating in robotics. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like when Sonic like spin dashed to that truck, I could tell that thing was a drone.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that Eggman is actually controlling everything from his headquarters.
That's true because he's usually not on the field like that
Yeah,
until like how we play the game until like the final boss of the level.
yeah. But then when Sonic was all like, "Is that all you got?" and then you notice when Jim Carrey said, "No, but thank you for asking." You notice when Jim Carrey he's not like stunned by it. I'm getting that funny feeling he's gonna be all like, "That's impressive."
That's why I love Jim Carrey's humor, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You see, I keep on thinking that that Jim Carrey's not really going to be hating Sonic, but more like going to find him impressive at every turn and moment, but still going to try and catch him just so he can run experiments on him. Because if the trailer shows that he got a piece of his hair and then he just puts it in his mouth and then just electrically shocking him, I'm like, why would you do that?
It's like, oh, I didn't know like hedgehogs could build electricity within their fur.
Yeah, but Sonic has no electricity. The concept of it does not work. Okay, it really doesn't work like at all. Okay, Sonic can't stop time with his speed. He's not Flash or Quicksilver. He's, I don't know where they got this idea. Okay, I don't know where they think Sonic can time stop. The only time when I could see him time stop was in a Sonic Adventure 2 video game, but that was just gameplay. Not once after that did we ever hear him say time stop and then time just stops.
And there's not a single Chaos Emerald to be found.
Exactly. There's no Chaos Emerald for him to do that either. There's no Chaos Control for him to stop time. I'm sorry, but did they really not do their research on that? Huh?
It's like, and out of how many years Sonic has been around to this point?
Uh, I don't know, like nearly 3 decades.
Exactly.
When
He's like,
Sonic came out in 1991, right?
yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so 2010. Wait a minute, 2000.
1991,
No, no,
9 years.
2001, 2011. Yeah, nearly 3 years. Nearly 3 years. Sonic
Really?
is nearly 3 years. Sorry, 30 years old. Duh, 3 decades. I'm screwing myself up. Dang it! I hate you, Paramount. I hate you. I hate you.
Easy, Greg. So I was gonna estimate like, yeah, around 30 years.
nearly 30 years. Seriously.
And of all the like how we grew up either with classic Sonic, for me it's modern Sonic I grew up with because I didn't play any of the original classic games. You'd think they would think take that as references or their type of research. Like, okay, this is how the fans go get hyped over, like how he runs as classic, how he acts as modern when he starts talking. You'd think that'd be a clear idea. It's like, oh no, we have to go completely original. Like screw physics, screw logic, screw all the games. We're just gonna just throw this out there just to mess with people.
You don't do that. You're gonna create a big crater in your reputation.
In my opinion, that's like asking for trouble, big time.
Paramount. Okay. All right. Now I'm also talking about Paramount making Sonic. The people behind it, the Fast and Furious thing. Okay. But I have to kind of ask, how long did they put a serious focus on this thing, especially when they're making the Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw movie? Hmm. Who did they did how many times did they work on Sonic more than they did with Hobbs and Shaw? Hmm. Did they have more than one team? Who did they get that was the best at making movies for what role? Hmm. Because even though I see the Fast and Furious thing, I'm not convinced I'm gonna like this movie.
I'm just like waiting now until like it's posted all over Twitter and all social media is like, oh, the movie's not that bad. I'll give it a chance. No, you gotta save your soul, save your eyes. You don't want to go see this.
Well, I'm gonna see it anyway because since they are making changes, and if I like it, then okay, I'll see it just for the hell of it. But I like I said before in the stream of Sonic Unleashed, I'm going with such low expectations.
And I agree with you on that. It's like, even though we're building around the Sonic community and stuff like this, I can't see any high hopes in this at all. Like, I'm sorry. Like, we go through this every Sonic game, but with the movie, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. And also, I need to talk about this as well. Okay, Sonic's personality. Have you noticed there's a slight change to it?
Yeah, I noticed there was a slight change to it. It's like I was trying to pinpoint. It's like, okay, is he gonna say his famous lines like he always does? But I didn't see anything relatable.
Yeah, I didn't say anything relatable either. I mean, the part where "is that all you got" sounds kind of like his usual personality, but I don't think I've ever heard him once say "is that all you got," like
Mhm.
taunting his enemy.
No, because I think he said at one point, but he had to do Eggman's name in there. But the way he delivered that just sounded weird.
Yeah, and then there's this other issue. Okay, and that issue is Jim Carrey doesn't seem to be annoyed by him.
Like nothing phases him. He's like he's a comedian.
Yeah,
He's taking it as a
because
joke.
every time I looked in this trailer, I just see him giving that grin. I'm like, I'm sorry, is that all they told you to do? Is just grin smile? Like you're enjoying this too much?
You enjoy the suffering and pain.
That's all I saw in the trailer with Jim Carrey is that despite him being funny with his lines, is that he's grinning throughout the entire trailer. Well, maybe not entirely throughout it, but most of the time he's grinning.
Well, people say when people like grin a lot, they're always hiding something behind that grin.
Yeah. Okay. And now let's talk about the human characters. I had a feeling this was going to happen, to be honest. Humans. So the real question, I think the real question that was on everyone's mind was it going to be a kid like Chris or was it going to be an adult? And so far, it's an adult. But the only issue is that the actor playing like the main male role is quite famous for a lot of kids for like children movies and yeah. Was he really necessary for the role? Because I think they could have like I'm starting to get the funny feeling they could have gone with something a little bit more, you know,
Younger.
yeah, like a teenager.
That was my guess. Like again, compared with the Pikachu trailer and things, like you couldn't at least get at least one kid that knows so much more about Sonic than anyone else in that entire film.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. Okay, why are people even seriously? People. Okay, now for the next. All right, so here's what we got so far. Sonic's image is being changed, but is it still going to be good? We don't know. The movie's still going to happen. Is it going to be delayed? Will there be reshoots? We don't know. We do the directors and producers of this thing even know what they're doing? So far from the trailer, no, they don't. And now, Jim Carrey, did he enjoy his role? He sure doesn't sound like he did when he talked about it.
He's just humoring himself just to make himself happy.
I don't think that you see when I saw Jim Carrey talk about it, he did not look like he was thrilled about it. He kind of looked like he was like not entirely like he has no hope for this movie.
I don't think he even knows like what Sonic means or what he is in general.
I know. I think he knew what Sonic was, but I just don't think he was that into the idea of the franchise.
It really shows like of all people, like no offense to Jim Carrey, like out of the people you could have asked to play Eggman, you really think a comedian's gonna be the best role for this type of villain? Because Eggman's not known for his comedy act.
I know. And now, and that's pretty much all people believe is going to be the best thing about this movie is Jim Carrey carrying the movie. No pun intended.
Oh my god.
Okay, and then let's talk about Sega a little bit. They were not in this idea to begin with. They thought the imagery of Sonic's design was dumb from the get go. But and what's funny is that they let it happen. They let it happen. And then when they found out the fans have forced Paramount's hands, I'm kind of curious. Did Sega threaten to take the IP away?
Well, I did I I did remember saying that, or someone must have told me this, that they just slowly don't want to continue to make more Sonic games. I think this is like the bottom of the barrel. Like, okay, this is how we could get rid of Sonic once and for all. Once we're all done with these fan games. It's like after we get the racing game, and then next year or so, after Tokyo Olympic Games is released, and
Yeah,
then the video game afterwards gonna be released. Like can't see how they could continue on.
yeah,
Like
okay.
even though with more Sonic games, I don't see how this could prolong this any further.
The only thing I see from them actually doing to kind of make more money is that they actually have remastered or remade Sonic Adventure the right way fans wanted it.
I agree.
But after that, I would have to ask, even if that did succeed, would Sega actually take a break from Sonic like they had planned on doing for a long time now? Because
I think
I've been hearing nothing. I actually heard that a while back that Sega actually wanted to give Sonic a huge break.
that's what I heard about too.
Yeah, and the reason why is that not only it's not really because it's overdone, which technically it is, but they have other IPs they've not messed with in a long time, and they want to go back to those.
It's like what be their main goal after Sonic is completely done?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Young as real fan club. Look, I get it. You want to join us, but this is something for me and Cece. All right. Sorry, I'm not letting anyone else in. Okay. Uh, oh, oh my goodness. I am becoming the number one come to attention thing on this on my on this whole darn thing right now. It's not you guys. The everybody. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and Hunter, I saw you reaching out to me as well.
What is going on?
A lot of people just want to join in with their opinions. Like, I understand, guys, you have your own opinions, like as much as how much we feel about the movie and such, but we don't want any, not the pun intended, any craziness going between voices, and we won't hear each other, or we lap each other and stuff like that. It'll just create confusion. Not to saying to be anything mean or anything.
Yeah, guys, we're not trying to be mean. Me and Cece had this all set up about a week prior to this whole thing. We're gonna keep it how we planned. All right, we're not planning on bringing anyone else in. Okay, if you guys want to state your opinions, just state them in the chat. We'll read them right after we're done. Okay. All right.
Yeah, like we said before, we had technical difficulties with Hangouts, and that way we had no choice but to use Discord for this.
Uh, Welcome to my fan club.
That's why you're the popular one.
Hey, you're popular too with your work. Your artist is really great.
But I'm not as talented as a director and voice actor.
Like I said, I can fix that. Okay. All right. Now back to what I was. What was I saying again? I'm sorry. What was I saying again?
Sega's direction after Sonic is no longer in use
Yes.
anymore.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I don't know if the Sonic movie is basically kind of giving that idea or anything, but from what I've been hearing lately from fans and from a few people who claim they work at Sega, is that Sega wants to go back to the House of the Dead genre. They want to reconsider going back to the Nights into Dreams genre. They want to go back to a lot of things that they basically still have control over. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind a new House of the Dead because I like rail shooters, but I just I don't know at this point.
Honestly, I think like how you brought up Knights, probably would have made a better film than this because many of us don't understand Knights at all.
Knights is a nightmare and that rebelled against the nightmare leader and pretty much decided to help children from nightmares. Pretty much simple storytelling, in my opinion. It doesn't really have much of a lore to it.
Well, you'd be surprised. Like when it comes to nightmares, anything could happen. Like
Yeah,
that'd be more of a children film compared to this Sonic movie.
yep, I agree. But it would kind of give out, and yes, you're right. It would actually give a new form of storytelling to it, but I just don't think. I don't know. The creator of Knights kind of doesn't want to make another one. He thinks Knights' journey is over, but I don't know. I mean, would you consider a franchise to be considered dead when there's actually a fandom that wants it back? Hmm.
Like I'll probably be one of them because I never got a chance to play a Knights game back on the Wii.
I mean, not
And
only. I mean, okay. Here's another thing. Okay, we destroyed nightmares, and yet when you think about it, I don't think you can destroy nightmares. I think you can just push them back into the darkness. That's it.
mm,
I don't really think there's any way to destroy a nightmare because
well,
dreams are inevitable. They're part of our lives, and I don't think they're even possible to be destroyed.
well, you also got daydreaming as well. That's also part of being a part of a dream.
Right? Yeah. Okay, now back to the Sonic movie. Okay. There is another thing that is kind of bugging me. Okay.
Go for it.
Is that assistant with Robotnik a human version of Orbot?
At first, when I saw the assistant, it's like, okay, is Eggman teamed up with a gun agent or something?
Is Gunn even in this movie?
I don't even know. It's like based on like the quote society, if that's what we want to call it, since they're located at the White House. I guess last time I saw the trailer, it's like I don't know. They're supposed to be like
Oh
gun
no no
agents.
no 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 no! Rachel might have it. Snively. It might be Snively.
What?
Rachel thinks it might be Snively.
That's supposed to be Snively.
I don't know. She thinks it might be. He doesn't look like a Snively though. He does not look like a Snively.
And he's definitely not based off the oh, what was those robots named? The robot and the chicken, Scratch something. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started with that show, okay? That weirdly made Sonic TV show, okay? That
Scratch and
is
Grounder. Thank you, Roland.
oh Jesus.
I was
Don't
like, I don't
even
know, maybe
don't even get me
that's a
started with
comedy.
that one. I had to watch a nostalgia critic episode just to see it get destroyed. I'm like, thank you.
I remember that show, and that was like slightly comedy coming from Eggman. Maybe that's where Jim Carrey got it from.
I hope it's nothing like that because I prefer to have my Robotnik funny and serious, not cuckoo in the head. Okay.
Like it was funny the way those two were interacting with the army soldiers, but like I don't know Sniffly that well, but I'll take your word for it, Rachel.
You don't know Snively.
I told you I grew up with Bonner and then grew up with a
You
classic.
didn't. You never watched Sonic Sat-Am?
No, it wasn't around that time.
CC, CC, you disappoint me. You disappoint me.
Hey, I'm a modern Sonic girl, not a classic Sonic girl.
Still, you disappoint me. You disappoint me.
I wasn't around that time when it came out,
It
alright?
doesn't matter if you were around or not. You could have still watched it. My goodness, girl. What have you been doing? Why haven't you watched probably the best Sonic TV show out there right now, believe it or not?
If only I was, because I got interested in modern, then from Sonic X, then I started disliking most of the TV shows. I went straight to the games, that's the problem. I didn't watch any of the TV shows, even when I was a little girl. I only saw like one or two episodes like from the show we're referring to now, and probably one or two from Sonic Underground. That was it. Because you know how these things like, oh, we'll put this on hiatus and air it at 4 a.m. where I can't watch it at all.
Yeah, but CC, how come you never even decide to watch them?
I guess it never really came to mind since I was mostly into Pokemon before I became fully into the Sonic community.
I didn't watch all of Sat-Am until like 2014. And I'm not kidding.
It was like, again, that time my main enemies were animes, were card captors and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I probably just like, nah, I'm not gonna watch classic
All
Sonic.
right, all right, all right. Enough of the joke. I don't want to. I'm not derailing this anymore. There's actually a few more things I want to talk about before we end this. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Now, okay. The what is your opinion on the robots we saw in the actual trailer?
I'll have to say, like, for the robots, if that's like the basic robot for, like, I guess you want to say as like a blueprint for an Eggpon or anything, or one of the bosses, uh, Transformers much?
Actually, there's a friend of mine pointed this out quite funny in a way. He said take a look at those flying drones, and you notice
Mm-hmm.
their shape. He's like, imagine they put those arms enclosed back in the center of their base, and look at them from the top. They're like an egg shaped robot drone.
And that's the only thing that made a reference to Eggman.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm just saying that's pretty. That my surprisingly, I didn't think about that until he kind of pointed that out. And when you do think of that, if their arms do open up when they're enclosed, and you're looking at it from the side or like the top, they could look like an actual egg, since they're white colored robots.
And it gives Jim Carrey more reasons for be prepared for egg puns.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right, Rachel. They do remind me of the patrol bots from Sonic Adventure 2. They kind of do. They're just not the same.
It's like in my opinion, like robots is like so overrated. I watch so many Transformers movies and Michael Bay films, all that stuff. Any other movie with robots in it, it's like nothing surprised me anymore when it comes to robots. They just get blown up like every other film.
Right.
Ugh. It's like I didn't see like any realistic other than that one robot that Jim Carrey was piloting. Like I didn't see like what's some of the robots we play in games like the bees. Um,
Yeah. Roland Gresham. You know what? That's a good point there. The bots do kind of look like their robotic style is from '06. You notice that?
never thought about that.
I kind of thought about it a bit too, and I thought maybe I was the only one, but Roland kind of guessed that. And their robotic style kind of reminds me of the robot construction from the '06 game.
It's like again, this movie, the way I see it, is like this like something that was like put together within like 5 minutes and throw up on the big screen just to get sponsorship and money grab
The
worth.
movie was announced way back when in what 2012. That's all I know, and now here it is. Obviously, they may have tried to put some thought into it, but I'm kind of curious many people how many people decided not to go with this idea. I mean, how many replacements were there? How many directors were there? Because they announced that the people behind the Fast and Furious genre are doing it, and they still are, surprisingly. But how many rewrites or how many directors did they go through to try and make the idea for this?
One too many and it didn't succeed well. Because like all I saw was a glimpse in the trailer. Like, okay, it's like first off, why he's wearing like Nike red shoes? It's like you're
Which
trying,
I hope they fix because I think that's stupid.
like
Seriously.
you're trying to get sponsorship out of Nike just because you throw like on shoes on a furry, realistic animal.
I'm sure Nike has plenty of sponsorships.
It's definitely not needed because like no one clarified like what type of shoe brand these Mobians wear.
Now, please just make Sonic how we remember him. Just take away the Nike, okay? Seriously. I don't care if you have to make his original art, his original design a little furrish. Just please give us what we want. That's all I care about.
It's like the only thing that haunts me at night is the body portion. That triggered me so
The body
much.
portion looks like a human in a fursuit.
Exactly. Just like the feet and the hands. Oh, like in the eyes too. Like they can't even get that color right.
Well,
It's like and this is coming from a designer myself. Like I pay attention to every little details. Like and like don't.
this is why you need a fan of Sonic to make a Sonic film.
It's like
Because they know what they're doing. I mean, look at me. I wasn't very good with comic dubbing back then, but as I got better and better and better, I started making my Sonic the Hedgehog comic dubs pretty good, surprisingly. And I also carried it over to my My Little Pony comic dubs as well. And I'm doing good with those too, even though people don't watch them as much as Sonic.
and that's like the same with me. Is like I was not that good at illustrating until I joined the Sonic community. Like and I started drawing people's fan arts of their characters, and I got better and better, and it helped me realize like I had to work on body portions because some people will just take it like the wrong way and like, okay, these hands don't look right, these feet are way too small, the eyes are way too big. Like I'm making a sonic balloon. Hmm.
Right. But what can you
It's
do?
it's like only a matter of time. Like
Yeah, but now the bigger question. Yeah, it is a matter of time. But now the bigger question is, who is the actor of Sonic voicing as a second character? Because he said he voiced two characters. So what does that tell you?
let's hope it's not Tails.
Or Shadow for that matter.
Oh God, please no, no,
I would hate to see
no,
what
no.
I would hate to see what Shadow looks like in this one.
Oh my God! If they can shout in there, I bet everyone here wants to hear our opinions or reactions on that.
Oh man, I can see people screaming with the design of Shadow the Hedgehog. Everyone will be like, "No!"
If that was me,
Oh Lord, save us from these idiots! Ah!
if that would probably be my reaction. Is like if I saw like that with Shadow in that type of film. It's like, nope, I'm done. Throwing both my computers out, return every Sonic game on, throw out my Switch, everything.
There's gonna be a Sonic fandom Armageddon happening, I swear. It's gonna happen very soon. I just know it. A Sonic fandom Armageddon. That's what's gonna happen one day.
No, Matt, no. Don't do this to me. Don't bring Silver into it. Don't do this to me. You know how I feel about Silver. Ooh, Matt, I'm gonna get you later on, I swear.
Oh boy.
You guys already know how I feel about Silver.
Oh man, Silver as a live action. Oh no, the female fans would hate it. Oh my goodness.
And I'll be one of them.
Silver has way too many female fans because he's cute.
Matt, stop. Oh my god. I told this to my viewers.
A fan child? You know what? I'd love to see that.
Oh, I'm getting triggered now. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I got just a picture now.
Okay, well, what we got so far is that, okay, after putting most of the stuff together, at what I got, I would probably say this movie is going to be only as good, if the design is good, by the way, as the Woody Woodpecker movie.
There's a Woody Woodpecker movie?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and believe it or not, out of this one, that's the only one that got the Woody Woodpecker design right.
I guess there's some hope then, I guess.
I don't know, okay? I really don't know. I mean, to be honest, I got a lot of laughs out of the Woody Woodpecker film. I'll give it that. But I can see why it didn't come out in theaters.
What would it be? The design, the whole setup?
It looked like it looked like a 2007 film.
Oh boy. That's like you're way behind time with that.
Sonimations, we can't put high hopes, dude. I know a lot of fans want this to be good, but let's face reality. Not every video game movie out there is gonna be good. All right.
We should known this already by now with the games we've been getting these past couple of years.
And you know what's really funny? I'm surprised that whole thing is not reversed.
Surprisingly.
Because when movies become video games, when they first come out as a movie, then become a video game, surprisingly, there's actually some, or maybe not some, but a very moderate percentage of good ones out there based off of a movie.
Because all the times, video games are used as references like they do in Wreck-It Ralph.
Right! But when it comes to a movie being based off of a video game, those tend to fail a lot. There's so few good ones out there. They're not all that great.
Because, the last movie I saw was based off video games was the one with Adam Sandler and Pixels.
Which I kind of thought wasn't a bad film. I actually got a laugh out of that one.
I enjoyed that film.
A lot of people didn't for some weird reason, even though I kind of thought it was fine.
It's I enjoyed that too. It was okay, yeah, you bring back a lot of the 8-bit games like Pac-Man, Donkey Kong.
Tally, you're asking if she watches Miraculous Ladybug. You mean that girl is wearing that skin-tight outfit that kind of looks a little weird for children to be watching? Oh, yeah.
It's on Disney now, and yes, I do watch it. I love Miraculous Ladybug. Cat Noir is my favorite, obviously.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say this, okay? the the Miraculous Ladybug, I actually watched it too, and it's not bad. But the only thing I can't get out of my head is how their outfits are kind of a little okay. I'm just saying from my perspective.
And that's like understandable too. It's like it was originally aired on Nickelodeon, and then it went on aired at different times because it was not getting enough views, and then I guess Disney took over it.
Yeah. Oh, Roland Gresham. If you think the design for Sonic is fine, that's your opinion. But when it comes to the fandom, and let me tell you, don't want to mess with the fandom. They are, and I'm just glad I wasn't the people who kind of raised that Paramount entirely.
This is like when it comes to fandom, this is like how we all felt like who we wanted in Smash, like, and you know the struggle of that game took place. Like
Yeah.
you can't have every single character of your dreams. Like people said, Gino or Shantae as the next Smash character,
Oh,
even though
shame on me. Shame on that. Yeah, sue me.
I was like, yeah, you don't want to go too crazy over fandom because you get more than what you bargain for, and most times it doesn't end well in most cases.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? I can have an opinion about Miraculous Ladybug if I want. I may like the TV show. I'll give it that. But when it comes to their outfits, I'm sorry. I just can't. I just can't. All right, I can't take that seriously. It just looks a little un-kid friendly.
It's like I don't know if the show was meant to be kid friendly and everything. It's like I enjoy it regardless because it's more like I love the art style. I love how the each villain has a new design, and it's like okay, you don't have to wait a week later to see like who's a. It's a basically not a repeated villain. Basically, it's always a new villain thrown in. And they have unique style, personality, and unique powers, and that's why I enjoy watching it every day.
Rachel says, "I'm calling the anime police, Greg."
FBI, open up.
You guys aren't even in real business, so go the hell away. You know, if you guys don't go away, you keep knocking on my door, I'll call the real police and get your butts out of here. I would if that really happened.
I think you need more than the FBI. You need a whole SWAT team.
Oh, whatever.
Oh my god.
Okay, one more thing before we go. Okay, seriously, we're doing too many jokes.
It's nothing wrong with humor.
I know there isn't, but we're straying from the real topic here. Will there be Chaos Emeralds?
No Chaos Emeralds? Not a Sonic movie.
Tell that to Forces.
That's also true.
No, tell that to Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic and the Seven Rings, and other Sonic games that didn't have the Chaos Emeralds.
Sonic Colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that had the emeralds is in Unleashed. That was it.
And Generations, and Adventure 1 and 2, and the rest of the other Sonic games that actually had them.
Yep, Heroes had them. Very much I know with the Sonic games I played. I don't know if they're. God, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't think there. I don't. To be honest, I don't think there will be. Not once did we ever see it.
I'm pretty sure they won't have Chaos Emeralds. Oh yeah, Lost World. They had them too. Like I don't see.
What's my opinion of Sonic Boom, Mathena? It can go down the toilet for all I care.
And Matt is like, yeah, I agree with you. I was like, I don't know what purpose the Chaos Emeralds would have unless I'm trying to save that as a backup with Eggman, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
too much
Sonic Lost World didn't have him either.
Yeah.
Okay, and now the real question is the action going to be all actiony, or is it just going to drag on with conversations?
I'll vote on Dragon Conversations. Like, based like how we saw Jim Carrey acted. He's not like when he got first defeated with his first robot against Sonic. Then that first interaction, he
You know,
didn't take it seriously.
yeah, I know. And not only that, my friends, some of my friends think that the action is going to be way too fast paced, that there's not going to be enough to see.
No.
Yeah, because what Sonic did with that truck, kind of makes me, to be honest, kind of makes you think that it's just going to be an action scene, then just go to like a taunting conversation, like, "Oh, is that all you got?" And then
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how this movie's gonna make. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I just don't have high hopes for it.
Uh, my guess is that the movie will take place before Sonic 1, since Sonic
I
and
already
Eggman
I
don't
I
seem
already
to
kind of
know each other yet.
I already kind of established that at the beginning of the stream.
I know, I'm just reading what Matt said.
Yeah. Yeah, because if for those who don't know, at the end of the trailer for the Sonic movie, there was actually a scene where Eggman did kind of look like Eggman, but he was surrounded by giant mushrooms, and I don't think our world has giant mushrooms like that entirely. So, and plus
Unless
the
you're in a
background,
forest.
yeah, and the background looked like it was CGI too. So, like I said again, I can only assume that what's going to happen is that Sonic will go back to his world, but it's either Eggman follows him or how they go back. They both get sucked in together, pretty much.
Okay. Like, the way I see it is, like, first off, being surrounded by giant mushrooms, I thought that's their weird reference of Mushroom Hill Zone. Second, getting sucked in Sonic's world, that's a reference to Sonic X. In the
Well,
second season, when Chris Thorne went back in time to go see Sonic again.
actually, I don't know how much of Sonic X you've seen, but there actually was this one point where Eggman. Well, actually, one point where Eggman noticed that the government somehow got a hold of Eggman's original robotic designs when they made when they used them to try and catch Sonic. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was baffled, and then he was almost like saying, "Is it possible I was born in this world?"
You know,
And
I just. Oh, go ahead. I'll let you finish first.
and then the fact that Maria Robotnik and his grandfather Gerald Robotnik were also in this world too.
And that's a scary thought.
And that's where I think they're going with this whole thing. Maybe this is a form of origin Sonic X film.
Hmm. It's like, is this going back into like the whole arc lore or something?
I don't know, but all I can say is, in order to find out more, we gotta wait till December. Was it right, or was it November? November.
November.
Yeah, November. Yeah.
And one thing that I noticed too, like, even though Sonic was in our world, and he just like speed up to take out Eggman, or the way he just run in general, I did not see him pull out a single ring.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
It's like the electricity is based off on the rings, but I didn't see a single ring as he just ran off like that.
Well, so far we don't know, because all I see is just them trying to make it too realistic and not the way it should be.
Again, it's like everything taken to put everything realistic based on our childhood shows or movies. It's not gonna work in this
No, it's
generation.
not. If they tried to make it realistic, they're not. It's not going to work. In fact, I'm actually with everyone else that this should have been a CGI film,
I agree on that. Like, that's what I was hoping for, honestly.
because we've seen on many occasions, like Sonic 06, the Adventures 1 and 2, and then there was also the Sonic Riders 2. By the way, even though that was a terrible game, the CGI in that one was just pretty darn good. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It's just that they if they would have done that, I think fans would have been more forgiving of the route they went with.
And it's like they might as well just keep it that way. Like you saw how like Sonic works so well in Wreck-It Ralph with his model. You should have kept it in that style, not like this realistic weird gremlin.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, the Sonic and Record Ralph. You see, if they at least would have like taken note of that, I think they would have at least made it work. But no, they decided to go their own idea. They screwed it up at first. Now the fans are just hating them, and now they want to fix it. Why didn't they think of that before? Why did they need us? Seriously.
Again, the way I see it is like not to say this like in a mean way or anything, but the way how this movie's delivered and everything, and Sega wants to move on away from Sonic for a good long time. I think they're trying to build up so much hate for the movie. We're gonna try to forget Sonic all in general.
Well, I don't think that's ever going to happen because you see, we might forget about the games for a while, but when it comes to the fandom, they're never going to forget about Sonic.
I know they won't because, like, again, been over 3 decades. How can you forget that after all they've given us thus far?
Mm-hmm. My only problem right now is the current makers of the new comic makers. They aren't what I would say what I want for the fandom.
I'll take reading the comics and over this, honestly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I don't like their stories. All right. I mean everything might look Sonic, but I think they're carrying over to the Sonic Boom comedy too much.
Leave the comedy to Jim Carrey. Like, some comedy's okay, but delivering on, like, some quote unquote puns, like, I go do that every day when it comes to puns.
Hold on, Princess Lily. Princess Lily, I'm here to talk about the movie, not the MOP stuff. All right. But yes, I did see it. All right. Sorry, just I have to let her know.
What about Red Star Rain? Again, if it's not helping, forget about it. Red Star Rain. I mean, like those secret red rains that been scattering around.
Oh, the red rings, the red star rings. I don't know. All right, I'm not. You see, so far the rings, in my opinion, have just been a video game mechanic. Not once in Sonic SatM or any other place have we actually seen where the whole live actions or CGI films or animated films have ever taken the rings that seriously as a get them all before someone kills you. Get it? Eh?
So, like, you said it's supposed to be released in November, right?
Yes, but I have a feeling it's going to either be delayed or it's not going to be in theaters at all.
I second on that, but if we get another teaser trailer, it's like, oh, we got something better. We got the other characters like Knuckles and Tails, and if that's that way of a
That
push,
then that would
you're
mean that would mean they would have to do reshoots.
I would say I hate to throw out Jim Carrey, but I think this entire thing needs a total recasting because these roles don't fit at all, even with the design.
We'll see what happens, but I still believe likely a delay will happen.
I agree that too. It's like everything gets delayed, like 10 years later.
Yep, but we'll find out when the day comes, and if they make a new trailer before the movie releases and actually shows us they actually try to make it better, then maybe things will be great. But we don't know. We can't judge it by its cover because we don't know the story.
Until we get like more info and more filling, then possibly we'll probably do another reaction to this once we get more info, or if it's gonna be released within this year, as they say. But time will tell.
Mm-hmm. Well, I say that's all we need to talk about, guys. Like I said, the change for design is great and all, but we don't know if the movie's going to be good. We don't know if the professional people that make the Fast and Furious movies are even going to give us a good movie or not. If they do, great. If they don't, then that's going to be a permanent record. So, thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Thank you all for coming here. I'm sorry that I couldn't, do what you guys wanted, but I had this all planned out. And I wanted it to just be me and Cece, okay? So, thank you all for watching. Have a good day and peace out, everyone, okay?
Later, guys.
Yep, let me just